So let's understand what is performance appraisal. A performance appraisal is a regular review of an employee performance and overall contribution to a company. It assists in organizations plan, analyze, and management performance so that decisions, resources, and actions can be aligned with business strategies to achieve required results. As in, performance appraisal is required just to to boost the company and boost the employees so they can work efficiently. So why performance appraisal is required? So company have a limited funds, that is they have to make use of finance. So they have to make a performance appraisal and get the best use of the employees. They provide a way for companies to determine which employees contributed the company's growth. So a company can their top performing employees accordingly. So the company identifies who are working in the company very well, and they can identify and give them bonuses or incentives, etc. Performance appraisal also help employees their manage a plan for employee development through additional training, increased responsibility, as well as identify shortcome employee could work to resolve. So there are several types of performance appraisal. Those are self-assessment. In this, an individual himself assesses his job performance. Peer assessment, which is nothing but the subordinates with him rate the individual according to his work. The 360-degree feedback that is given by this includes input and output of the supervisors and the subordinates. Negotiated appraisal. It's a newer trend, uses a method attempts to moderate and adversarial nature of performance, evaluate by allowing the subject to person first. Next slide will be continued by Manjunath Kaglimutti.
Thank you, sir. These are the components of performance appraisal. Performance planning. Performance planning is the identify the individual organization goals and the best to reach them, and performance appraisal and reviewing. Feedback on the performance followed by personal counseling and performance facilitation, and rewarding good performance, give the rewarding good performance, and performance improvement plans and potential appraisal. Next. Vishal, next. These are the process of performance appraisal. First one is strategy, vision, and mission. Mission means what purpose we start the business, and vision is set the good and best vision and mission uh, to the business, and business goals. Business goals set the uh, good business goals to the business, and organizational objectives. Main objective is earn the more profit, and departmental objectives. Departmental wise and marketing, finance, and selling, distribution. These are the uh, mm, departmental set the different objective to the different um, wise, and role individual objective. Key result area. The last one is key result. Total is uh, give the key result to the year. Next. Hmm. Uh, we take the car manufacturing industry example. Uh, Car manufacturing industry is manufacture the car and sell the car to the customer and receive the feedback from the customer. How do customers see it, and and take the how and excel it must excel at internal process, and if any improvement and learning development in car and create new technology and any and create and how well do we look at our stakeholders and finance and receive the finance from the stakeholder, example customers and investors and bank loans. Next, performance appraisal at Toyota. Next step. Next slide continued by the Vinuta.
Thank you, Manjunath. Next, let's discuss about a performance appraisal in Toyota. A performance appraisal in Toyota is evaluated annually. At Toyota, an employee up to and include plant manager is measured on 20 different aspects. Further, the 20 aspects are divided into two parts. Actually, the evaluation is done 3 times. Employee evaluates himself independently of evaluation of his supervisor. When discussing the evaluation, both have to act on a joint evaluation, and only this joint evaluation is then used for promotion of employees. The 20 aspects are split into 2 groups. First group of aspect, Ginba, Kaizen, quality. Second group of aspect, performance, behavior. So first group of aspect, Ginba, Kaizen, quality. So Ginba is a Japanese word which means the actual place. A Ginba refers to a place where the value is created. In manufacturing, the Ginba is a factory floor, and it is also called a site, such as sales floor or where the service provider interact directly with the customers. So the first group is very important than the second, with each aspect having a 10 points. First one is physical skill on the floor. In this step, the company checks how an employee can handle the work with respect to talk time and quality. A talk time is a way of calculating the maximum acceptable time to meet the demand of customers, which is it is having a formula which is equal to net time available for production divided by customers daily demand. This is used for evaluating plant managers how they work in a group with subordinates also. Next, second one, quality on shop floor. In this, a company observes, can the employee maintain quality? Does he or she see if a quality is different? Is his or her hand movement suitable for a quality? Again, even a plant manager is evaluated on this. Kaizen. Kaizen is a Japanese word which means it refers to a business activities that continuously improve all functions and involving employees from CEO to assembly line workers, all are involved in Kaizen. Is the employee actively involved in the continuous improvement process? Does he generate ideas and those ideas are useful? These are checked in this step of Kaizen. Next step is documentation. Is the employee good at documentation? Does he or she know the documentation sheets and does they fill them out properly? These are observed. Toyota uses many sheets to track quality, productivity, safety, kaizen, and other things, and almost all of these sheets are filled out by employees by hand, and the managers also evaluate those by hand. Next one is big picture view. In this, the company observes, does the employee know how the targets of their work are derived from the higher level target? How does their target contribute to the higher level targets? This step mainly decides about the targets of the company. Next, leadership. This step is mainly made to check the quality of leadership in the employees of a company. Can an employee make the most out of a different skills of his team? Can he help his subordinates and his team to grow? Can he help to foster the generation of improvement ideas? Next is problem solving. Does the employee is capable of solving the problem which appears in the company? Is the employee good at problem solving? Does he contribute to quality circles, etc.? Like these procedures are checked. Next, cooperation with support. Does the employee work together well with support functions that help him in his work? Next, cooperation with management. Does the employee cooperate with all his supervisors, his co-workers? Next, last one in the group one is outside the box thinking. Does the employee look beyond the scope of his or her own assignments? Does he get ideas from outside his own workplace? Is he interested in or aware of benchmarks? Benchmark means a unique it is a specific type of a market research that allows organizations to compare their existing plans with others. So next, does he get ideas from outside his workplace? Is he interested in or aware of benchmarks? Does he reads newspapers and articles? Do an employee have a general knowledge and what is going on in the world, just like in IT sectors, robotics and other things? Next slide will be continued by Vaishnavi.
Thank you, Vinuta. The second group of aspects, that is performance behavior. The aspects in the second group can be of maximum 5 points. The aspects of second group are performance. In this company, observes whether the employee can reach his targets. In the performance appraisal, the company will give some targets to work on that. The company will check that whether he is capable of reaching that targets or not. The next one is teamwork. Is the employee a good team worker? Does he cooperate with others? This also includes if he is satisfied with his job or he is just here for the money. They will observe that if he works in the team, whether he can be a good team worker, or if he cooperate with others or not at the time of working with the team members. And they will observe that does he working only for the money or to satisfy his job or not. And the next one is manners. Is the employee well behaved, and does he interact properly with others? At the time in the time of teamwork, does he believe in the other employees and properly interact with others when the other team members are having doubts or problems at the time? And the next one is self awareness. Is the employee self-aware of his personal development? Is he aware of his contributions? Does he evaluate himself regularly? And has he ability of self reflection? In this step, uh, the company will check that does he aware of his personal development. It means he is good at his some points, and he is contributing to his work or not. And they will check that he is regularly aware, he is regularly checking the performance appraisal of his or not. And the next one, and next fifth one is health. Does the employee get regular health checkups? Does he do sports or exercise on his off the days? They will The main important is health. Even they will check that the employee is in good health, or he is sick or sick. If he is and does he do the exercises and play sports or not. And the next sixth one is forward looking. If the employee looking forward and eager for a new experience, or is he complaining and stuck in a previous grievances? They will they will check that looking forward. It means for the reaching the higher points or what. And the next one is focus. And can the employee focus? Can he separate the important from the unimportant? Does he understand the essence of the problems and focus on the correct things? They will only focus in this. They will The person he will check. He will sort out the which one is important and which one is not important, and does he concentrating on important things or not. And the next one is unbiased. Can the employee keep his personal feelings separate with the factual aspects? Do his personal disaffection or affection impact on his evaluation of others? He will They will check that the employee keeping his personal feelings separately, or he is mixing with the personal things and the business things same. And the next slide will be continued by Vijay Lakshmi.
Thank you, Vaishnavi. Next step will be wide view. Does the employee get ideas and inspiration from outside of Toyota? Next one, team organization. Can the employee organization team, can he lead a team, or does he just want to be a member? These are the additional points can be given in the employee completed training. First, although the employee can get up 150 points plus additional points for completed trainings, and this determines the maximum rank he can achieve within the Toyota. For a promotion, the employee has to achieve both minimum number of points in evaluation as well as minimum number of points on certain questions in a evaluation. For example, if employee cannot work well in the shop floor, he or she will never make it plant manager, even with the perfect score on the other aspects and existing the required minimum of 130 points. a rise in the ranking corresponding with an increase in the salary. However, a worker cannot move up more than 2 levels every year. It still take to move up, and it usually take 10 to 15 years to become a supervisor. It will take to time after long time and 15 to 20 years to become a good group leader in Toyota. Conclusion: by studying the performance appreciation techniques of both the companies, we can find that companies have different style of appraising their employees. We can compare the both companies. Toyota is a different employee styles appraising in the company. In Mahindra and Mahindra, we can find that the performance appraisal is done by the self-assessment, peer assessment, and 360 feedback assessment, etc. Whereas in Toyota, we can came across first group of aspects, Jamba, Kaizen, quality, and second group of aspects, performance, behavior. Mahindra will first group of aspects is Jamba and Kaizen, but the second group aspects is performance and behavior. So by this, company can regularly review their employees' job performance and overall contribution of employee to a company. Thank you.